indicators here. All right, I got my eyes on us breaking into this zone here. And I'm probably going to take a tester here, and then I'll explain why. Look at this. Prices come up all morning long, well, from 11:45, and it's been stuck in these zones that you already knew were here. Let me just get into one of these things here, guys. You already knew were here, these zones here. And now we're starting to get a red candle. Red is your second strongest downside data candle. Actually might get into two here. Look, the Maverick AI Pro colors your candles to the data, not to price and direction. If you see pink, it will most likely sink. If you see bright green, it might just fly right off your screen. Bright green is your strongest upside data candle. Hot pink is your strongest downside data candle, okay? If you see bright green, it might just fly right off your screen. The Maverick AI Pro colors your candles to the data, not to price and direction. Okay, so this is the first thing I want you to know. Second thing is we have a B setup on ES and NQ. Okay, ES and NQ run together a lot of the times. So we have an A plus setup on ES and NQ, sorry, a B setup. So we're seeing confluence. We're seeing these guys align on at least a B setup. Now, we are in manipulation time. See, this time is red. So we're going to hold on. We're going to hold our horses. Okay, we're going to reserve judgment here. We're only down about $60 per contract. But my point is that during manipulation time, this is where there's, you know, we hold judgment. Now, why did I get into this trade? All this time it's been banging between these zones. Why am I now going short into this zone? Well, it's very simple. If you don't even know our indicators, what color is all these candles? You got gray, green, and bright green. What is this one? This is red. Red is your second strongest downside data candle. So what this is telling me, okay, is that we're starting to turn over. We're starting to turn over. As my alarm goes off, we're starting to turn over. So I have the heads up that the data is to the downside. Where's your last red candle? Your last red candle was way down here. We came up, we've been bouncing between, and now, folks, let's go. Let's go, let's go. Okay, so why are we in this trade? Starting to get the red background. You have red candles. Red is your second strongest downside data candle. You didn't have any of them here, okay? You got a B setup on ES and a B setup on NQ. These guys run together when they both agree. That's powerful. The Maverick radar is going through our entire checklist of everything we're looking for from our indicators, and it's giving you a grade. Either it's saying you don't have a grade, you got a B grade, which tells me that something's setting up, or you got an A plus setup, okay? I'd rather an A plus setup, but I'll take two B grades, right? Now we're about to come out of manipulation time. See this timer? It'll turn white. Now it's going to show its hand. Now it's going to show its hand, okay? Look at this. Oh, how interesting. Red candles. Are we going to crack into this zone? Well, here's what I can tell you about the zones. A lot of times price likes to move away from the strongest zone. You have a score of 91 here and a score of 75 here. This is the Maverick zones. It auto draws your support and resistance zones. Okay, by probability. It doesn't just draw it where, look, this one's big, this one's smaller. It's a whole probability formula. So it auto draws our support and resistance zones. And then, folks, as price gets close to it, it gives us, wrong tool. It gives us a probability score. Anything less than 90% is game for breaking. Anything over 90% is like a brick wall. Okay, it's like a brick wall. So look at this. Super high score, lower score. A lot of times price likes to repel away from the higher score. Okay, is this a guarantee? Nope, there's no guarantees in the market. But what we're doing here is we're stacking, I talk about this in every video, probability. We're stacking probability in our favor. We're putting all the ingredients together. Now on top of that, let me stretch this out. On top of that, you got the Maverick Multi-X up here. 5 traders, these are algorithms, but think of them as traders. 5 traders are voting across 6 time frames. They're casting their vote every single tick across 6 time frames. And right now they're mostly what? Bearish. My mom could look at this, who does not trade stocks and or futures or crypto or anything, and she could say, wow, it's more red than green, so it's probably going to go down, right? What if I put you in the room with 5 other traders? Do you think you'd have confidence to get into a trade to the downside right now when you're mostly red? Okay. So it is getting hung up a little bit here. A zone is a zone is a zone is a zone. There's orders here. There's orders here that we need to chew through to get to the next zone. Okay. This is where we let the indicators guide us. B setup on ES and NQ. I know it's weaning back and forth. It calculates per tick. Okay. Get a little bit of retracement. That's okay. Gray candle, indecision. Going through this a little quick, high level, okay? Red background, okay? Our indicators are guiding us. Our indicators are guiding us. Red candles. When was the last time you had red candles? When was the last time you had red candles? Way down here. You came up, you bounced around, and boom, let's break into this zone. Okay, this is what clear vision looks like. I'm adding to the position. This is what clear vision looks like, folks. Red background, red candles. We start getting pink candles, I'll be really excited. Okay, breaking into a weaker zone. B setup. Oh crap, let me turn it. Boom, $1,000. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. I didn't realize it was. I'm trying to show you guys these indicators. I didn't realize we were over $1,000 so far. Is this going to continue? Most likely. You're now breaking to the bottom of this zone. You might get hung up here, but guys, this is a zone to zone game. Look at here. You came down, you bounced off the zone. You came up, you finally broke through this zone. You tapped this zone. Look at this. This zone was drawn all the way back here. Since yesterday, this zone has been here. And look at how you just tapped it. You came, let me show you this real quick, because this is crazy cool. Look at this. You came down and you tapped it. This zone has been drawn since yesterday. Okay? You started to come back up. You came back up, came up here, hit this zone, friction, 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 friction. You bounced in between here. And what was our first indicator that, no pun intended, that you were going to now finally break into the zone? Because you didn't break into the zone since 3 hours ago. No, that's like 2 hours ago. 2 hours ago. What led me to know that we were going to start breaking through? Guys, we had a B setup on ES and NQ that run together. B setup. I'd love an A setup, but we had a B setup. We had our first red candles. You didn't have red candles here, 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 here. Anything that tried to break the zone, you had green and gray candles. That's just chop. Okay? You get to understand these. The Maverick AI Pro turns your chart into a heat map. Okay? Man, I'm losing my voice. Okay? Red candles, red background, red candles. Okay? Now you're starting to get an A setup on NQ. We just need an A setup on ES. I might jump back in. All 5 traders are voting bearish across 6 time frames. You can change these time frames to whatever you want. So instead of having look at this thing. Okay? I'm not a psychic. It's just I'm reading the data. And the Maverick indicators make the data really easy to read. For me, you got to get used to it. This is a tool just like anything else that you got to practice. But look, we broke right through this low score. What I tell you, anything under 90% is game for breaking. And we had a high score up here. We had like a 92 score. We had like a 92 score at one point. Price likes to move away from the stronger zone. This is clear vision, folks. All our indicators in the Ultimate Edge bundle work on NinjaTrader and TradingView. But man, you just saw us in fast fashion make $1,000 right there. $1,000. I think maybe a little over. I can't remember. But $1,000. I have my P&L on the other monitor. It's being blocked by something. But $1,000. And we called it way up here. How did we know that it was going to finally, it took 3 hours of this thing trying to break through the zone. How do we know it's finally going to break through the zone? because we had a red background. We have red candles, our first red candles. We have down confidence arrows. All 5 traders were mostly bearish across 6 time frames. We had B setups on ES and NQ. Now you got an A setup on NQ. Maverick trenders pegged to the top. You have a downtrend label, stacking probability, and the Maverick zones, we know where our zones are. Where would I be targeting now? I'd be targeting down here. If this can break a little bit further down, guys, I'd be targeting down here. Unless the Maverick zones picks up on another zone here. Another zone can form, okay? But we'll give you that probability score so you know the strength of that zone. This is clear vision, folks. This is edge, okay? And we just did this on our funded account, one of our funded accounts. So listen, if you want some clear vision on your charts, if you want some edge in the market, I'll put all the links in the description. By the way, congrats to all of you that got funded this week. I said this in another video. We got something planned for you guys. We want to ship you something when you get funded using your Maverick indicators. We'll release all that fun stuff soon here, but we want to celebrate the wins with you. So anytime you get funded using your Maverick indicators, with a prop firm or what have you, we want to celebrate. We're coming up with some programs to celebrate that win with you and ship you something. And we got cool stuff planned. Anyway, not yet. I'm not supposed to be talking about it, but we got some cool stuff planned for you. So listen, not financial advice. Do your own research. Never any guarantees in any market, but man, oh man, this, folks, was clear vision, and this thing, I bet, is going to keep going to the downside. But you're in manipulation time. The Maverick atomic clock turns red during manipulation time, so it wouldn't be shocking to me if we get a little retracement, but maybe not. This is super, super cool. This is what's clear vision, and you saw us. We just did $1,000 right there in quick fashion. So really, really cool. All right, guys. So listen, come check us out. All right. Not financial advice. Do your own research. Never any guarantees in any market. These are powerful tools. Come check us out. MaverickIndicators.com. That's MaverickIndicators.com.